Vontavius Montgomery absolutely had a monster season with Notre Dame, with absolutely winning Heisman and booming over defenders just to get to that end zone and absolutely having a breakout season for his freshman season. He has decided to enter the transfer portal and he has committed to the Ohio State Buckeyes. With that being said, he has to win a national championship now and also go for the 2P Heisman. Going into Vontavius Montgomery, first game after the transfer, boom, against Buffalo. That's how you run somebody over getting that end zone. And on 1st and 10, look at that corner route. Absolutely lost the defender and got up the field. Juke. He is going all the way. He gets shoestring. And I mean, would you just look at the separation on that corner route I had? But going in that running back, I told coach I wanted to run a ball. So I ran it right in and absolutely threw him on the ground because he's my son. But at this point, it's 23-0. And I tell CJ Stroud just to throw me the ball, but he kind of threw an interception. And I said, CJ, what are you doing? Throw a bullet pass when you throw me the ball like you did right there. And he goes in with another touchdown. On 1st and 10, he ran a zigzag route. And oh man, he's going to break one tackle and muscle up because these kids are not in the weight room and almost go for 6. But running a drag route, he goes in with the last touchdown of the game and ends the game off with player of the game with 5 total TDs. Going into our next game against San Diego State, Vontavius Montgomery, son, you too little. Don't you dare try to go down low on me like that. And was starting the game off so intense. I mean, look at him. He ran a street route breaking these tackles, and I'm telling you, y'all are not on his level. On 2nd and 10, he absolutely runs a corner route, and they didn't throw him the ball. He's wide open. Look at this. He's splitting both of the defenders, and why is the ball not getting thrown his way? CJ Stroud, you're finna get traded. But going into the next one on 1st and 10, I catch an out route, and I said that could have happened the first time, but let's get it, man. It's 14-0 now, and we drive back to the goal line, and when you say break somebody ankles, what is that DB doing? Number 3. Caught you lacking. On 1st and 10, I told him to throw it up and absolutely made him look ridiculous. But absolutely go on and win another ball game, and he gets player of the game with 4 total TDs. Going into our next game against Cal, after breezing through all those teams, I think they're here to slow us down. But on 2nd and 10, Vontavius Montgomery catches the ball, but didn't get the first down. He tries to go with a zigzag route, and he does, and he will go for 6. But on 1st and 10, seeing that safety dropped down, number 10, you shouldn't have never dropped down like that because Vontavius will take advantage of it. And as you can see, he ran right up the middle. But I'm not going to lie to you. When I get on that field, I kind of go out there and run my own routes. As you can see, he ran a real route, and that take us up 21-0. But my package, being that running back, boom, that's how you run through the defender, catches my balance, break 2 tackles, get up that field, and then get shoestringed. But getting up that middle again, juke. But with coach even giving me a play at running back is a blessing. But I'm not going to lie. The defense started rallying the ball. So we kicked 3, and I said, coach, don't even put me at running back the rest of the game. On 1st and 10, Vontavius absolutely ran an out route. Hey, as you can see, he just dived in the end zone because he went all the way. But he gets player of the game with 5 total TDs. Going into our next game against FCS-SC, I got motioned out and absolutely missed the ball. And this DB thought he was doing something. Number 24, you're in for a long one, buddy. So on 2nd and 10, I absolutely tried to fake him out. Get out of the way. But 24 caught up and still made the tackle. On 1st and 10, I ran another streak route, but I missed the ball again. And now number 44 think he's doing something. But on 2nd and 10, I absolutely catch the ball on their defender and said, they can't stop me. Now I'm going to go look for him. Coach put me at running back, and on 1st and 10, look who it is. 24, get off of me. I'm trying to get in that end zone. Look who it is. 44, get off of me. And I'm going to go score this time and say, y'all boys can't stop me. And on 1st and 10, absolutely run an out route and juke. 24, is that you, buddy? Eating grass down there? And I will go all the way for 6. And on 1st and 10, 24 thought it was over. No, I'm going to run in circles, drop you on that ground, and go all the way for 6. And 24, you absolutely helped me break a record this game. He gets player of the game with 5 total TDs. On to our next game against Wisconsin on 1st and 10, juke. This number 2 is going to be an example of this game. He looked like someone puking at a party. So on 1st and 20, I ran the same exact route, and this time number 2 jumped in, and look at him. He think he's doing something, but son, remember, you were down there puking just a few seconds ago. But on 2nd and 1, I said, I'm going to run that ball this time. Let's see if he catch me. Where is he to be found? Nowhere, as I go all the way 4-6 and was fired up with my teammates. So going into the next one on 1st and 10, I was going to go number 2 way, but bam, I wanted his teammate to feel this, because I'm not going to lie, he had to pay the piper for number 2. But on 1st and 10, number 2 jumped the ball again and said, oh man, I could have had him, but son, remember, you were down puking. But number 2, when you're done, just let me know. Vontavius gets player of the game with 7 TDs. On to our next game against 0-4 Northwestern. They started off intense. I'm not going to lie, I thought he had that interception to the crib. But on 3rd and 10, I run an out route, break 2 tackles, get up that field, juke, and weaving, but their whole team rallied the ball. But on 1st and 15, I ran it right up the middle. Their safety absolutely wasn't a cover 1, but I absolutely wanted to run him over, and I did so. On 1st and 10, bam, I got their other teammate back as well, and I will, and he could he would go all the way for 6. But on 1st and 10, I run an out route again, and oh man, I almost ran a circle and almost go, but he gets shoestring tackled. On 1st and 10, he will absolutely run it up their middle again and gets player of the game with 6 total TDs. Going into our next game on 3rd and 6 did not start off well. They intercepted the ball and was absolutely fired up early on, but we get back down to the goal line without them scoring on 3rd and goal. I was wide open. Why you didn't throw me the ball? I mean, now we're just calling the special teams out and kicking 3. But on 1st and 10, absolutely go right up their middle because no safety was over top and absolutely break. Oh, I didn't break a tackle. I carried him. On 1st and 10, I go outside because I found a little crease and ran both of them over. Have you ever seen both of them on top of each other? Hey, yo. Well, they were. But on 2nd and 17, I absolutely run another out route and oh boy, I wanted to boom him. I'm telling you. But on 2nd and 10, they motion me out and I run another out route. And guess what? It's wide open. With the speed that Vontavius has, he's just going to outrun them and going for 6. We're going to win another game. He gets player of the game with 5 total TDs. Going into our next game against number 7 Penn State, it's time to knock them off. And going in with the first touchdown, we was fired up with the teammates. And on 1st and 10, Vontavius Montgomery tried to juke, but he absolutely retreated and got back on the tackle. On 1st and 10, CJ Stroud threw an interception, and I mean, they were absolutely running, so I ran with him and missed the tackle, and they were gone, and he was fired up and said, y'all can't stop me, y'all, man, shut up, and I absolutely go in for 6. I dived and said, you can't stop me, buddy, and on 1st and 10, I absolutely catch another pass and go in, and when I say I was racking up on these streak routes, I absolutely break a tackle and go all the way for 6, and look at those Penn State fans, just how I want them. We go on, and we was fired up with another win. Going into the first play of the game on 1st and 10 against Purdue. Get off of me, son. You're not in a weight room enough to even tackle somebody like me. I go all the way for the 6 and tell the world I'm fired up. But getting a little too big-headed on 1st and 10, he jumped this route and absolutely intercepted the ball. So I said, I'm going to go get him. And I didn't get him. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely ran it right up the middle and could break a tackle, and he will go all the way to distance. Vontavius Montgomery is something different. On 1st and 10, he absolutely tried to run a streak route, and every time something happens, he was pissed off. I'm not going to lie. Every time something happened, it just goes bad for him. But on 1st and 10, he absolutely had enough. Boom! He will, oh man, catch his balance and drag this wannabe Shiloh all the way to the end zone. But on 2nd and 10, he didn't just get in, but I said, we got to go score. It's 21-17. We put the game out of reach, and he will get player of the game with 3 total TDs. Going into our next game against Illinois, I absolutely started the game off intense, catching the first touchdown of the game and running right down their middle. I don't know what their DBs and safeties were doing, but they were miscommunication because I'm telling you, I was running like it was just a field day out there. And on 1st and 10, I ran it up the middle again, and what are they doing? But on 1st and 10, look, I'm running right up the middle. Streaks is my favorite route. Vontavius Montgomery will run a streak, and I'm telling you, it will take him all the way to distance every time. He gets player of the game with 6 total TDs. Going into our next game against Indiana, I run it out route, and Vontavius Montgomery will get up that sideline, and he could go all the way to distance, and he will dive in that end zone because he felt like the man starting his game off. And on 1st and 10, I'm not gonna lie, I ran a little route, and I feel like I was open, and he didn't throw it. So guess what? They will go all the way down the field, and CJ Stroud, I don't feel bad for you. You should feel bad, but this defender was all over the ball. And on 1st and 10, I ran another out route. Chill. Oh man, look at him. Was he going to our sideline? Like, what was he doing? And he will go all the way for 6, and his teammate tried to tackle me. But better luck next time, buddy. But going into the next play, they absolutely were getting fired up, and everything we tried to do, they were shutting down. And this number 23 thought he was doing something, so I'm wide open, and CJ throws another interception. Just look at this. Moment of silence. Why he didn't throw me the ball? But on 1st and goal, I go in with another one, and we finally come back and win the game. He ends the game off for 3 TDs. This right here is what we call one of the biggest games that Vontavius Montgomery is gonna face. Going against number 3 Michigan, I'm not gonna lie, they were disrespecting him early on. So Vontavius Montgomery said he's gonna make his mark in this game right here. And CJ Stroud said he's gonna break records. So going into our next game against Michigan, it's time to shut them down. On 1st and 10, oh man, they absolutely intercepted the ball the first play of the game, and they were hyped up. And on 1st and 15, I tried to run another route, and guess what? They intercept the ball again. I mean, they are playing like somebody that is undefeated. Well, they are undefeated, but just the best team in the nation. They get another interception, and they were absolutely fired up. And I mean, they are breaking Vontavius' heart all the way down. He does not want to play football no more, but he said, you know what? I got to shake back. Getting a big gain. On 2nd and 9, he runs it right up the middle, and guess what? He tried tried to get in, but he just won't. Look at him. They deflect the ball, and he tried to get another one, but they intercept the ball with their 4th interception of the game. On 3rd and 1, he catches another one, tries to get in. On 1st and goal, he's blocking up, and we finally going with our first TD of the game. On 1st and 10, Vontavius Montgomery will catch that ball and not going for 6, but get down to that goal line and try to go in. Yes, he will with the slant route. He was hyped up. He said, let's go. We can do it. It's 14-21. Let's make our comeback. He breaks a tackle. He breaks it back outside, and he could, and he would go all the way for no. He was at the 1. But on 2nd and goal, he sacrifices his glory and blocks for CJ Stroud, and he will go in for 6. It's 21-21. On 3rd and 10, oh man, he throws a scary, and they were hyped up. But on 1st and 10, this right here will be the game changer. CJ Stroud throws an interception. On 3rd and 6, we stop them, but they will kick the game-winning field goal. And this is what fans look like when they're not going to the conference championship, when they're not going to the national championship, and also when a player is done with the team. Vontavius Montgomery wins Heisman, but he enters the transfer portal looking for change. Drop in the comments down below what is next for him.